Gonna go ahead and sign some points here. Let's see. Alright, so this guy's a Magicka Nightblade. Not really sure which points I'm going to put in. Some Magicka, it's kind of... I'm not going to have stem. It's kind of pointless to focus on abilities that affect stem, essentially. Siphoner might be good. Shadow Strike might be pretty cool. Just doesn't seem like I'd be using it that often. Well, can hold off on signing those. Our level 4 doesn't really matter at this point. We'll see how I end up playing the character, right? Let's just take a look. Okay. Seems good. Okay. Should be good for now. Right, we're good on that. Let's see, we have a 22% speed bonus. So basically my goal for this character is to basically get up to level 10 so that this character is ready for PvP or ready for Cyrodiil, some Alliance versus Alliance. Right. get a travel quest here. This guy is an Aldmeri Dominion character. So we'll start off leveling in that zone.
You are the one I seek. Greetings. My benefactor wishes to speak to you about a matter that...
This is the main quest.
Wish to discuss details in the open. Why? A passenger cabin in the interim suitor down at the dock.
Stop, citizen. Welcome to Volkogard. All newcomers must check in with Watch Captain Astanya.
And we're not going to start that yet.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
See if we can find it here. And there's a travel quest around here.
Dragons in your own homeland. What are you going to do? So many visitors, so little time.
Traveler, a moment of your time.
Not, I guess we could just go there, right?
Ha! I was worried you'd never wake up. You slept. Ha! I was worried you'd never wake up. You slept.
Right. That guy's assuming I've been to Khenarthi's Roost, right? And I haven't. Actually, the best way to start this might be the...
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
Let's see. So the best way to get the starting quest to go for Khenarthi's Roost, right, is to finish this quest. This really is the starting quest, right? Talk to the benefactor. So we'll go ahead and knock that out. And boom, we're going to Cold Harbor. Momentarily, as soon as we find this. Now the starting quest has evolved, the starting main quest has evolved a great deal since day one. Cool cutscene, bro. There's Manny Marco, stealing souls. Probably a ginger. Right. And of course, at the end of this quest, or at the end of this mission, whatever, we'll end up in Khenarthi's Roost. Pretty sure.
Whoa there. Are you all right?
No, I'm not.
The name's Lyris. I hope you
Thanks,
still have
Lyris.
some fight left in you. You're going to need it. Dead. Must have been the runt of the litter. Keep your weapon ready and stay sharp. This place is full of surprises.
Let's go ahead and take a look at anything that we can take. Got some worms, some guts. Can do some fishing later. Let's see. Oops. Mementos. It's always nice. I don't think I have this one on any of my tunes yet. Right.
Keep moving. There are more
Attacking the
danger
wrong
on the
freaking
way.
person. Sorry,
Let's
Laris.
keep moving.
Kind of caught in my head there for a second. Thinking about something else.
Don't stop now. Keep moving. More guards are on the way.
Yes, I'm sure they are. Actually, what I was thinking about,
Let's go.
I already have mounted? Mount. Alright, moving out. Sorry. A little distracted. You threatening me? Why you die so easily, bro? Seems odd that I'd have this as the third ability. Oops.
Let's get out of here, my friend. The Prophet.
Greetings, Vestige. Like you, I am a prisoner in this place. You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk.
Yes, I'm sure we do. Alright. Prepare for blah blah blah.
The Prophet. He's a prisoner here too. It was very dangerous for him to speak to you even for a moment. You must think you can help me. Break him out, of course. Believe me, I can use all the help I can get. That blind old man is the
Caffeine?
only person alive who can help us get back home. Tamriel's a long way from here. These tunnels will eventually take us to the Towers of Eyes. That's where we'll find the Sentinels. Magical constructs created by Molag Bal to guide his vision in Cold Harbor. The Sentinels are connected. If we destroy one, the others will be blinded. With any luck, that will buy us the time we need to free the Prophet. I've no idea. Brute force? We'll find a way. We have to. Be ready for anything. I doubt Molag Bal left the Sentinels unguarded. I'm sure you do. And I'll answer them as best I can. He's a strange one, no doubt about it. But he's the wisest man I've ever met. He sees things. The past, the future. You're obviously not in Tamriel anymore.
We're not in Tamriel
Most
anymore.
Miserable,
That's right.
depressing place you've ever been in your life. That's paradise compared to Cold Harbor. And to top it off, well, there's no easy way to say it. You're dead.
Damn it!
I don't know. Once we rescue the Prophet, he can tell you about the gods and the ways of Oblivion. I don't understand any of it myself. A man named Manimarco.
Damn that Manny
was
Marco.
doing some kind of ritual back in Tamriel. They sacrificed you and everyone.
Manny
in
Marco
this
is
prison
a
to the Daedric
important
Prince
character
Molag
back
Bal.
in Elder Scrolls
After you
2,
died, whatever was
Daggerfall.
left showed up here. They call you the
One of
Soul
my favorite
Shriven.
games.
It means you're a slave and you'll spend the rest of eternity here in Cold Harbor, working under the lash of the Daedra. Unless, of course, you come with me.
Sweet.
No, I wasn't sacrificed. The Prophet and I were brought here conventionally, if that makes any sense. But we're prisoners here, same as you. It won't be easy. The place is watched by magical constructs called Sentinels. We won't stand a chance unless we can blind them. I'll tell you more when we get there. And we'll never get there if we don't get moving. A man named Manimarco.
Yep,
His
heard
word-
this.
We should keep moving.
Moving out. Again, this is all a lot different than... That's pretty cool. What is this second ability?
Well
I have?
played, friend.
Guild Strike.
Beard, you are good in a
Strike.
fight.
Alright.
The god of brutality knows of your escape. Hurry.
Molag Bal can't mess with me, yo. Destroy that guy. What's Molag Bal gotta be so angry all the time?
The god of schemes can see every part of Cold Harbor. We need to distract him. What was your name again? Target practice? Come get some more, you skeeving horkers.
Why they gotta be such skeeving horkers, though?
Try to be inconspicuous. We just got free of this place. The last thing we need is to get recaptured. I'll keep watch. Quickly! While he's blinded, we must get to the Prophet's cell.
Moving out.
Fool! You will never escape my realm.
Hermamora's wagging tongue. The door's warded. We'll never get in this way.
Right, some more blah blah blah.
Destroying the Sentinel must have triggered these wards. We'll need to find another way in. Maybe Cadwell can help us.
Cadwell, the greatest character in the
Cadwell is
game.
the oldest of the Soul Shriven. After years of torment, Soul Shriven usually go insane and turn feral. But not Cadwell. He was already insane before he left Tamriel. Mad as a box of frogs, but completely harmless. You'll see. Cadwell sees things as he wishes them to be. To him, Cold Harbor is a wondrous place. It's his home. And he knows it like the back of his hand. He's usually down by the river. Let's go find him.
Down by the river, took a little walk. Ran into Cadwell, had a little talk.
Fine day in the middle of the night.
Speaking of
Two
music.
dead kings got up to fight, back to back. Hello, what's this? Out for a stroll then? Lovely day for it.
Yes, it is.
Sir Cadwell, yes, indeed, a pleasure.
Sir
And
Cadwell.
fair Lyris, good to see you, my dear. How are you then? Oh dear, well that is inconvenient, isn't it? Tell you what, I happen to know another way in. Much more of a scenic route. Rather a fun little jaunt actually, full of traps and corpses and nasty beasties filling up the bits in between.
I'm a big fan of the scenic route.
Rather cautiously, I expect. Watch your step, hold your nose, and do mind the traps. There'll like as not be a fair dose of running and skull bashing as well.
Outstanding.
Follow the river. You'll find the door to the Undercroft at the water's end. Once you're inside, stick to the light, and you'll find a ladder that will take you right up to the Prophet straight away. Do give him my best. Best of luck. Do check in now and again, won't you?
Oh, yes.
Well, there's not much to tell, is there? It's the same old pish-tosh, gallant knights,
Pish-tosh.
epic quests, rescued maidens. I came to this land when my head was quite unceremoniously separated from my body. Bad luck that, but you make the best of things. Oh, quite a long time. In fact, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I was the oldest of the Soul Shriven, of those who didn't go feral, that is. I know every tunnel and path, every nook and cranny. The others look up to me, I suppose. Ah, Lyris, girl's as mad as sheer Gorus jammies. That's in the right place, I suppose. Says she's got to rescue the Prophet to save us all from eternal torment. How an old blind man could do that is quite beyond me. An imperial gentleman. Apparently he was once a powerful mage, but the years haven't been kind. Lyris says he knows of a path back to Tamriel. I rather think that if one existed, I'd have found it by now. I hadn't actually given it much thought. Anything's possible, I suppose. Truth is, I've been here so long, this place feels like home. But a good uprising now and again is a pleasant diversion, so where's the harm, eh?
Right. Alright, off to do some uprising.
Cadwell seems to think this Undercroft is a delightful place. That probably means it's a death trap. We better be careful.
Right, onward to the next area.
The sooner you get that door open, the sooner we can get out of here.
Do a good job of teaching you some of the game mechanics. The starting area. Cold Harbor.
Who taught that one to fight? The god of self-punishment?
Tell them theirs. They do give you an interesting clue that they didn't before. Stick to the light. I'll try that. See what happens. Back in the day, I would go through here and
There
just
were 3 of you.
collect everything, but I don't have as much patience anymore. Just kind of run through it, kill everything, my path, keep moving. Alright, stick to the light. And there we go. Next area.
The Prophet's cage should be just ahead. Quickly now, we haven't much time. All right, Good news is we made it here in one piece, and the Prophet looks unharmed. Now the bad news. It's going to be up to you to keep him safe and get him back to Tamriel. There's a trick to opening the cell. The only way for a prisoner to leave is for another living soul to take their place. I need to swap places with the Prophet. Believe me, I wish there was, but I don't see anyone else here with a beating heart, do you? If Molag Bal isn't stopped, he'll destroy everyone and everything we've ever loved. Once it's done, get moving.
Bear you the me.
Go, but he'll need your eyes and your protection.
Right, Lyris sacrifices herself for the good of the world, yes? Again, teaching you some basic mechanics of the game, which you're going to see a lot. Pretty cool.
Freedom! I remember this feeling. It will
Freedom.
be fleeting, though, if Molag Bal has his way. Thank the Divines you are safe. There is that, at least. Lyris sacrificed everything that we might go free. Her sacrifice must not be in vain.
Right.
I wish that were possible, but I promise you, once we escape Cold Harbor, we will find a way to rescue her together, Vestige. That is the name I have given you. You are but a trace of your former self, a soulless one.
A soulless ginger.
That longs to be filled. It is as the scrolls foretold, but not exactly as I imagined.
You know what, you thought I was going to be taller?
That is what I've come to be called. My true name is lost even to me. Years of torment have taken their toll. Quickly now, we must make haste to the anchor. The anchors are Daedric machines of the darkest magic. Their chains bind our world and pull it towards Cold Harbor. I can use one of these anchors to return us to Tamriel, but you must lead me to it. Up the stairs, quickly! We must get to the anchor mooring!
Moving out. Quite a bit of those.
The mortal thinks it can defy me. Futile. Soon your world will be in my chains.
Dolmen! Facing the wrong way, bro.
I will protect you.
Got him.
A moment. The Dark Anchor's portal is high above us. I will prepare a spell to lift us to it. But first, you must reattune yourself to Nirn in order to regain your physical form. To do this, you will need a Sky Shard. A shard of ethereal magicka that carries the essence of Nirn. Some link them to Lorcan, the missing god of creation. If you collect and absorb its power, it should restore your corporeal form. I will summon one of these shards for you to absorb.
Too easy. And again, this is another game mechanic.
Shard of Aetherius, fall upon us now and
See quite a
anoint
bit.
us with your blessing. There, quickly, collect the Sky Shard.
Of course, we're all about collecting some Sky Shards. 3 Sky Shards equals a skill point. And of course, skill points are what you use to get more abilities and morph abilities and passives. So now I have one of the tree.
Great Akatosh, dragon god of time, I require your strength. Let the way be opened. Let these wandering souls return home. Let the will of Molag Bal be denied. Hurry! We must go now!
Moving out. And again, this dumps us out at whatever the starting area is for the alliance of our character. In this case, it's Khenarthi's Roost.
The best
Some
to
AD.
do, as I feared, we arrived in different locations. I am in a city near the sea, in a land of eternal spring. The air smells of the ocean and of markets and gardens. It matters not. You have awakened once again, and we must set you on your path. Days, weeks, I cannot tell. The voyage between worlds disrupted all sense of time and space. I know only that you were deposited into the sea, and some charitable soul fished you out and brought you to dry land.
Oh, that's good.
I'm afraid you will have to decide that for yourself. I must focus on searching for a way to repay Lyris's bold sacrifice. I cannot simply abandon her to the wrath of Molag Bal. I cannot foresee that, not yet. But we will meet again. There is still much we need to accomplish.
Right, so at the end of this, we get a skill point plus the skill line Soul Magic.
Be wary, Vestige. Our very plane of existence is in peril. The threat of Molag Bal looms across all Tamriel, and chaos spreads in its shadow. Danger roams the land and will assume many forms. Do not let it catch you off guard. You must find your own path. But perhaps there is a reason for the place in which you find yourself. Explore, search for a cause to lend your hand. Join with others. You might even seek out those who rescued you from the sea. The choice is yours. Indeed, I sense that even now, there are good people near you who face grave danger. They need your assistance, should you be willing to give it. To thwart the will of Molag Bal, we must skirmish with evil wherever it rears its head. We do not face these troubled times alone. Many shall rise up to fight this tide of darkness. Wherever you go, you will encounter others who share your courage and valor. Help them if you can, and enlist their aid if you have need of it.
Boom. Alright, so we hit level 5. Right. One of these morphs turns it into a stam ability, and the other is Magicka. So we'll go with that. Right, so Swallow Souls, good morph, and may go with this later on, but for now we're going to be doing a hybrid heal DPS, and so I'm going to need all the healing abilities I can get, and this is a pretty decent heal. We'll go with that. And speaking of heals, one of the coolest heals in the game, the Malevolent Offering. Although we probably won't need that until later. So it's probably a waste of a point right now. Because it doesn't heal me. It does damage to me, right? Better ability would have been to get Teleport Strike. It's more in line with what I'm trying to do right now. Now, this character is really good for Stam. So, the fact that I'm making this into a Magicka build is probably not the best race to do a Magicka build with. But nonetheless, that's what we're doing. And of course, you can change that kind of thing pretty much at will at any time. There's a number of ways to do that. Of course, the way... Yeah, I don't care. It's not what I wanted. The way that ZeniMax wants you to do it is to... I think it's under this. Appearance change, name change, race change. Nope. Skill lines. Nope. Well, anyways, you can buy your skill lines in here. You can buy any sky shards that another character has already collected here. Got them all except Northern Elswire right now. Yes, I have a character with every single sky shard. Except the ones here. Still working on that. Alright, so yes, you can do an attribute respec or skill respec. You can use crowns to buy those, or you can go somewhere like... I don't know if this place has it or not. Well, I know which one does, right? Come over here. I can't access the city yet for whatever reason. Well, anyways, I guess you'll have to trust me that you can pay gold to respec your attributes. Your attributes are your Magicka health and stamina, and your skill points. And you can respec just by morphs. You can just respec the morphs, which is a little cheaper. It's like 10k gold to respec the entire thing. So,
you there, wet one.
It's Razum freaking Dar. And of course, this marker means that it is a zone story quest. So let's take a look at that. Zone guide. We've got 5 quests complete. We have 1 of 2 of the way shrines, 1 of 9 of the POIs, points of interest, 005 of the Pathfinder, and 006. We've got 6 sky shards to hunt for here.
Welcome to Khenarthi's Roost, friend. The hurricane must have been very disorienting. So many injured, confused. Keep your voice down. Try not to
Zone Guide's one of my favorite additions to this game. This game's constantly evolving and has evolved since day 1. And even before day 1. A lot of the major changes happened after the first year, but even then, the game has continued to evolve.
You are just what the Bandari ordered. Between your hands and Raz's good looks, we are certain to see this through. First, a question. Where did you come from? A Daedric prince, you say? Raz has a nose for lies, but you seem clean as an ocean breeze. If anyone else asks you, where will you say you came from? My, you're a focused one.
That's right.
is good to be focused, but it is also good right now to fit in. Your sudden arrival, it does not fit in. You understand? Just a friendly Khajiit, privileged to see someone drop from nowhere and land in sea. Shame you cannot do that at will. You could make piles of coin, sell tickets. You should not. You should trust your instincts. Leave if you wish. No one will stop you. Or come with Raz and do what you can to help us recover. In the process, grow your stature and wealth. It is entirely up to you. Because you are no soldier, which is useful. You can speak with the locals, assure them we are not invaders or marauders. Now come, let us try to fit in.
But yeah, again, this is one of the best new features of the game. I don't know when this come in. Somerset? I think when Somerset came out is when they started doing that, and it's awesome. It makes it a lot easier to just focus on the important quests, right? The zone quests, which will take you through the important parts of the zone, which will every so often award a skill point. Skill points matter.
Glad you're up and about, recruit. I'm in need of a scout to head to Shattered Shoals. Most of our fleet foundered to the west, but we've had few survivors trickle in from that direction. We captured a sea viper spying on the camp. Those pirates never travel alone. Find out if they're around Shattered Shoals, and if so, what they're doing on this island. Of course, you should assist any shipwreck survivors you find. We must each do our part. Before you head to Shattered Shoals, speak with Eelsil. He just returned from exploring a nearby temple. That wizard claims to know something about everything, so he may have insight on how these sea vipers operate.
Right, moving out.
is this way.
There's always more to do.
I'll follow the cat
this
for now.
Recruit wishes to speak with you.
Marvelous, isn't it? We'll have to construct a special room for the Morning Stone when we bring it back to the Mages Guild. I'm sorry, did you need something? Yes. The Temple of the Morning Springs is an old Khajiit ruin not far from here. We excavated the Morning Stone from one of the chambers. As you can see, its supply of water appears endless. What do you mean, pirates? In an ancient Khajiit temple? Preposterous! All we saw were the undead warriors that overran our camp. I have no idea. Actually, I have 12 ideas, but they're far less fascinating than the Morning Stone. Probably some sort of ancient curse. It usually is with these things.
Right.
Arrogant sea elf pirates. To my recollection, they aren't known to raid Kanathe's roost. Oh, and they have a thing for snakes. But I'm sure we both have more important matters to attend. If you'd excuse me?
What a
We
jerk.
should speak privately. Before you depart, let's meet by the statues north of Kaf.
Right, moving out.
There, you see? You fit in and no one will stop you from walking away. But as this one said, there are opportunities here for people that fall from the sky. Eelsil is most impressed with his newest bubble. But the undead are a threat to all of Kanathe's roost. If you want to, you could search the Temple of the Morning Springs, determine how to contain the dead there. Then the locals should see we came here as allies, not conquerors. Karaneth told you how the hurricane dashed the fleet into Kanathe's roost. Now the sea vipers are picking at the bones of our ships. Strange, yes? You could scout the coast, as the commander said. Prove yourself to the soldiers. Oh, there's far less glamorous work to be done in Mistral, at the northern end of the island. Let's meet up there, after you've done what you decide to do. Until then, bright moons guide your steps.
Right. Blah, blah, blah. Moving out. Alright, here's a point of interest. We'll grab that real quick.
Joining the Dominion isn't about what is taken from you, but what we gain from each other.
Plenty of crafting materials here. And since I am not level 50, all these crafting materials, and I don't have any points into crafting, all these materials will be level 1 crafting materials. Pretty easy to spot, knowing that. Although some of the alchemy crafting materials are still pretty tough to spot. Easier to spot when they're glowing, but not going to worry about that on this character or most of my other lobies. They're not going to be crafters. Peons, actually. That's what they're going to be. Alright, we got the point of interest. Let's head out and do this quest real quick. I do have a mount, so we'll go ahead and go a little faster here. Whee!
Can any of you hear me? Where are you? You there? Have you seen my squad? We were all on the little Alkosh, part of the Dominion fleet sailing for Canarthy's Roost. Then a hurricane blew up out of nowhere. Sails tore, hulls cracked, and we were thrown into the ocean. I ended up here. I can't find the rest of my squad. I thought I heard one of them calling out. But the ocean twists up sounds. If they're wounded or pinned down, could you keep an eye out for my soldiers? They answer to Edelus, Onglon, and Nistel. 2 of us can cover more ground. I'm sure my squad made it to shore alive. Dominion Marines constantly defy the sea's attempts to drown us. The hurricanes are another matter. I fear my squad is banged up worse than I am. Our ship's hold was packed full of an old Bosmer healing remedy. The labels say torchbug treacle, but Marines call it glow juice. The wreck scattered bottles across the beach must be what brought out the aelids. Squat creatures made of teeth, claws, and endless hunger. I've heard their cries up and down the beach since I came to. Their sweet tooth is bigger than their walnut brains. I saw one of the stupid things swallow a whole bottle of glow juice. Good luck. Do me a favor. If you find them before I do, tell them the ocean hasn't killed me yet.
Right. Butterfly. No butterfly wings? Cornflower is pretty easy to see. But there are some that are not. Some alchemy green ingredients are pretty tough to spot without the passives that make them glow, that make the crafting material nodes glow. Alright, so let's stay focused and knock out this quest. Focus. Mud crab. Sometimes I have a problem with focusing. Occasionally, every once in a while. Here's one of people we need to find.
Who are you? Were you part of the fleet? Alive? Good. That's good. Wave smashed me against the ship. Cracked a few ribs. Not the best feeling. Tastes like sandals boiled in mint perfume.
Ugh.
But if it knits my ribs, I'll drink the whole bottle. Good. I'll find Sergeant Firion. Go. Get them back safe.
Got some rawhide scraps and mudcrab chittens. One's used for alchemy, and the other is used for leatherworking. Yes, to make leather armor.
I lost a lot of friends in that storm. Give me some good news. I saw her swept overboard in that damn storm. Held on to the rigging long as I could, but it tore the skin off my palms. If I can't hold a weapon, I'm useless to my squad. Do you have any bandages? I lost my kit to the sea. Blow juice? Used to think this stuff was only good for practical jokes on snowy days. Once I can heft Spleen Shanker, I'll push through the beach and find Sergeant Firion. How about you?
Spleen Shanker? Pretty cool weapon, right?
Hope they appreciate their good fortune when you find them. I can get inland after I rest. Fight with purpose.
Usually do. Some maple.
Bless Ifra. I'm glad you came by. Have you seen any other Marines along the beach? She's alive. I suppose that's some luck amidst all this wreckage. Can't say the same for my leg. If I don't put too much weight on it, I can manage a good hobble. Glow juice? By the gods, it just might. Soon as I can stand on my own, I'll head inland. Lieutenant Gellin dragged me out of the water. He'll want to know Sergeant Firion and the rest of the squad are all right. I think he said something about looking for shelter in a nearby cave, but I was still coughing up sand.
Right. Let's go grab this point of interest real quick. Okay.
Feel your surroundings. Let them guide.
Another POI up here. Oops. Didn't mean to steal that. Fortunately, I didn't get caught. Probably will make this guy those high-level thieves. Not just yet. Work on zone quests first. And then we'll be doing PvP with this character. So that'll be the whole thieves thing will be later on. Hey, look, a snake. No step on snake. Aha. Go. Alright, let's take out Snack. Snack down. Moving out.
Turns out my squad were the ones who found me. Ever consider a career as a Dominion Marine? You'd make quite a scout. My squad said you were looking for Lieutenant Gellin. Have you found him? What do you mean? First, a hurricane blows out of nowhere and destroys our fleet. Then, an able-bodied Dominion Marine is captured and tortured to death? What else was in that cave? Some kind of sacrifice? This is too big for my squad to handle. We need reinforcements. Nistel spotted a beached ship nearby. It looks intact, and she spotted Dominion sailors aboard. We need to combine our forces and find who murdered Lieutenant Gellin. My squad and I need to pull his body out of that damn cave. Would you warn the sailors on that beached ship? They need to know it's not safe to wander around. Wait, take this. I found some glow juice while I was looking for my squad. But they're on the mend. You'll get used to the taste. We'll be along shortly. Watch yourself.
Sweet. Probably never gonna use that. Frost. Shoot that. I'm not going to be using those long. Some other items I needed to check out here. Right, 3260 inventory, so we can continue adventuring for a little bit. Just kind of curious, let's see.
The Prowler will float, but I can't promise more than that.
So it's, again, the zone guide gives you the hints for the sky shards. not great hints or anything, but they're hints that serve the purpose, basically. So the purpose of the Sky Shards is to reward people for exploration, right? And so they give pretty vague hints to emphasize exploration.
You want a slick-arsed sea viper or a cabbage-mouthed castaway? State your business with the crew of the Prowler. The hurricane killed hundreds of Marines. Why does it matter if one of them died in the cave? Oh. Well, the Prowler is like a hen in a wolf den until she's seaworthy again. Maybe your Marines can prove they're more than two-legged cargo in shiny armor. If they pitch in, I'll consider reinforcements. Are they up for it? Or are they all talk? And I'm sure they'll be as useful as they were in the hurricane. Should they care to prove otherwise, they're welcome to do actual work patching leaks in the Prowler's hold. Maybe they can locate a replacement helmsman's wheel in all this wreckage. Oh, and our Sunsighter. It must have fallen overboard when we beached. Our lookout saw those skink-fingered pirates make off with it. You'll have to get the Sunsighter back, any way you can. Sure, talking's easier than working. Well, ask. Barnacles on the arse. They're all sea elves. Malmer, they call themselves. Nothing more than pirates, if you ask me. Some say they have a connection to the water itself, but it's a lie. Anyone can learn weather magic like they do. Captain Jimala uses it to navigate. I could tell you how the sun and stars show the ship's exact position, but none of it matters while it's in the Sea Viper's hands. The pride of the long coast. We'll sail for the Dominion as long as they pay us to raid in Jom and Jode. Don't let the captain hear you say that. Pirates steal and pillage for themselves. We're privateers. So we do it for whoever pays us. A crucial distinction.
Right.
Captain Jimala took over the Prowler a few years ago. She's smart, cunning, and deadly dangerous when provoked. She's also luckier than anyone I served. Every ship in the fleet smashed to flinders on Khenarthi's roost. Every ship but the Prowler.
Right. Some more
These
blah blah
aren't
blah.
Dominion sailors. They're privateers. Just our luck. We'll show that old sea cat what Dominion Marines can do. Edalus is the best scrounger in the regiment. If you want, I can send him out to look for a helmsman's wheel. He's on his way. Anything else we can do? Nustella is as good with a mallet as she is with her sword. I can have her patch the Prowler's leaks. She'll have those leaks fixed in no time. What else? Onglorn is our best tracker. He can recover the Sunsighter in no time. I almost pity the Sea Viper who's holding on to the Sunsighter. Onglorn will recover it soon enough. What else needs doing? But it's time for that mangy privateer to make good on his promise. Maybe you should do the talking. I'll just rub it in.
That was fast. All right. There's room on the Prowler for your Marine friends, as long as they work for their meals. I said I'd consider it. Captain Jimala is the only one who can make that call. Something you'll want to hear. You just made the Prowler seaworthy, and Captain Jimala always pays her debts. Go talk to her. She only bites if you give her good reason.
All right.
Those damn Sea Vipers still watching us? Of course they are.
Due to your efforts, the Prowler is free to sail once the tide comes in. Those Marines did their part as well. I have no reinforcements, but I offer something better. I know who's killing the Dominion soldiers, and I know how to stop it. Our lookout watched the Sea Vipers drag a Dominion Marine into a cave. Later, he saw your friends remove the Marine's body. If we weren't so short-handed, I'd have ordered his rescue. But 3 of my own crew were missing. Before we understood the danger, I sent my crew to scavenge among the shoals so we might repair the Prowler. We thought they disappeared, but one just returned, and she tells a harrowing tale. The Sea Vipers happened. Now there's a new storm brewing, and I fear they're the cause of it. Mustangui recovers below. Hear what she has to say for yourself.
The plot thickens. Right? So heading below for some more dialogue.
The Sea Vipers are insane! They're trying to create another hurricane! Sir Verkvild and I were scavenging for a replacement helmsman's wheel when the Sea Vipers ambushed us. They brought us to the island with the beached Dominion flagship. They'd done things there. Terrible things. Those filthy Maormer dragged my mates up and tied them to these serpent-shaped statues. Then they started chanting, and lightning surrounded them. That's when the storm began to form around the island. Yes, I'm sure of it. It was a terrible sight. The Sea Vipers were so caught up in the ritual, I slipped free. I tried to grab Sir, but the lightning held him fast. Then one of the Sea Vipers yanked at him. I saw the Maormer's wrist glow. The Maormer wore lodestones on their wrists. It let them ignore those lightning bonds, but I couldn't find any more. So I jumped off the ship and swam for it. Please, don't let them sacrifice my crewmates.
Too easy. Right. So, next part of the quest is to save the crewmates, and we start off by taking a lodestone from Sea Vipers. So that means we gotta go kill stuff, right? Oh look, Sky Shard. Tell Sky Shard by the column of light. See which one that was. That was the Wooden Bones Watch in Ruin. Guess that makes sense. We are in the middle of a graveyard for ships, Wooden Bones. Treasure. Ooh, advanced. Got it. So lockpicking's pretty easy in this game. Some people complained about it, but I mean, come on. Just took down one of the harder locks with plenty of time to spare. No passives needed, right? Got him.
Those Sea Vipers are insane!
Yes, yes, I'm sure they are. the other guy free?
They won't kill me today.
That's right. Yeah. Disperse the storm. The environment changes when you complete quests. Very nice. Oh yeah? Threatening me? Where are you? Alright, turn in this quest.
Sur and Verkvild returned just after the skies cleared up. They're a bit damp, but otherwise all right. My lookout says I have you to thank. Then we'll finish repairs and shove off at high tide. Oh, your marine friends fended off sea vipers while you rescued my crew. They're welcome aboard, as long as they want. Perhaps we'll see you at Mistral. You'll always have a place on the Prowler.
Leveled up. Boom. Rewards, some soul gems, and a crown experience scroll. Right, we'll get this one next level or next skill point. We're going to let this level up until we can morph it. So we're going to be using that in this build later. But might as well morph it now, right? Or at least get it up to the point where we can morph it. For now, we'll just morph this. Alright, so this one is the stamina version. And of course that is a execute. Very nice one. And this is also an execute from range. Range 25 meters. So there's that. Should get another ranged ability here. Destruction staff, some force shock. Be a good one to get. Alright, I don't need to talk to any of these people anymore. Stay focused on getting this done. Right? Seems to me there's a sky shard around here. Don't remember where. Let's check our hints. Let's see, exposed to the sky, surveying the strand. Certain temples, hidden jewel, abandoned before morning, sighted by serpents. Mistral, and surly root chewers burrow nearby. Oh, there's Mistral there. Let's grab this POI real quick. I'm getting off track here a little bit, but alright, keeping my eyes peeled for sky shards. Well, here's one thing we can knock out over here. Two things. Just remember where another sky shard is, I think. Now, there are add-ons for finding sky shards. You're going to avoid this on this character. Again, not a crafter. Doesn't need sky shards. We'll get plenty of skill points through Alliance vs. Alliance, as well as through any zone quests we run them through. So, not really an issue. Speaking of skill points, just picked up our third sky shard.
How much longer till we put out to sea?
That. There's a way shrine. Oops. Some jute.
You're here. Good, good.
Alright, we're not going to just do that part of the quest yet. We'll go ahead and knock out this other quest over here. Let's just see where we're at. We've done 1 of 5. We need to do Storm on the Horizon, and that's the one we're heading to now. I think. Storm on the Horizon. Let's just check to make sure. Yes, that's where we're headed.
Please, a moment. Please, I need your help. My master's life is in danger. I'm part of an expedition from Eagle's Strand. While we explored the Temple of the Morning Springs, the dead began to rise. The others fled, but my master never emerged. Aurelian taught me to know when I should ask for help. Well, I'm asking. 2 magical wards seal the temple, marked by emblems of a scorpion and a spider. If you can keep the undead away while I disrupt the wards, we can search for Aurelian together. How about it? I have no doubt Aurelian can protect himself. But if he's trapped inside, we need to get him out. My master and I had little to do after the shipwreck. When the locals mentioned a temple where the fountains never run dry, we leapt at the chance to investigate. Eilsil insisted on leading, of course. Ah, so you've met him. My master calls him Eelkill. Something about an experiment gone wrong many years ago. The Morning Stone you saw came from this temple. Eilsil was barely able to remove it before the undead fell upon us. Aurelian thought it could be used to control the weather, perhaps prevent another hurricane. Eilsil disagreed, of course. He insisted on studying it further at Eagle's Strand.
Pretty effective, right? And there's another Sky Shard. Alright, I just want to take a look. The last one we did was sighted by serpents in Mistral. Alright, pretty easy. What about this one? That one was abandoned before morning. Well, that's a reach. Okay. Where are we? Disability. Right. Force Shock 2. We'll get up to, right to the point where we can morph it.
You have such intricate stitching. Turn back. You aren't welcome here. I'm whatever I wish to be. I change bodies like high elves change clothes. Though the corpses in this temple limit my wardrobe. What does it matter to you? Why do you trespass? Ah, the name for my newest outfit. His flesh sags a bit, though the power in his bones reminds me of my youth. And the robes. I'd forgotten the feel of silk upon newly won flesh. Set foot in this temple and see for yourself. Such commendable posture. I could definitely wear you in the autumn. As for Aurelian, he's fit for display under full moons all new. I'm tired of this. Leave or die. It matters.
Are you threatening me?
That can't be good. We need to get those wards down fast.
Right, let's take the wards down. Force Shock 3. We're going to switch out our weapon as soon as we get up to the point where we can morph it. Morph it later. It's just freaking target practice right now. Kinda like this rotation.
champion's poison courses through its prey.
Right, moving out. So we'll go ahead and grab the other one. Pretty cool.
Spider weaves the web around its prey.
Won't keep us out for long.
Right. So, took care of that.
I have no doubt Aurelian can protect.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Can't imagine how much work it took to... Ooh, crafting motif. Can't imagine how much work it took to knock out all those voiceovers for all that dialogue. So much dialogue in this game. Is there a back way in? Let's see. Apparently there's two entrances. Right, whatever. Right. So here we have a puzzle. Okay. Not sure which is the appropriate order. We'll try top to bottom first. Top down, right? So looks like that one's correct. So it should be next. Full moon.
Barrier is down.
Boom. Too easy,
Before
right?
we proceed, I need to speak with you. When we entered the temple, that skeleton made it sound as though Aurelian was in grave danger. I won't let vague threats keep us from my master, but Aurelian is too important to lose. Perhaps we should think before we act. The Dominion relies on Aurelian for his sound judgment. He's taught countless students the ways of Magicka, including some of the Queen's own advisors. His role in the invasion is paramount for our future success. If anything were to happen to him... Thank you. We should keep moving.
Moving out.
We found the Morning Stone on that pedestal. Wait, that's Aurelian! What's he doing up there?
Ears that large and you still don't listen. Perhaps you need a few alterations. There was a time when the sound of Uldor's voice commanded the terror of thousands.
Who is Uldor?
I'm Uldor. I see your dominion teaches you nothing of my people. I shouldn't bemoan your ignorance. You fools ended centuries of captivity when you removed the Morning Stone. Never mind that accursed blue rock. I'm about to restore my wardrobe to its full glory. Behold this Rorelian fellow. Such vibrancy. I could use more like him, but one must be willing to run through a bolt of silk for the finest coat. I believe I'll keep him. At least until my summoning ritual wears him through. You see, undead are also beige. But I'm willing to adorn myself with hundreds of tawdry outfits in order to collect the more colorful garb at Eagle Strand.
It's not gonna happen, bruh.
Then drown in a sea of bones.
Leave Aurelian for now. We have to disrupt the summoning ritual. I'll destroy the bone piles if you keep the undead at bay. It'll take a moment to weaken the circle. Keep the undead away from me.
Great, I get to fight the undead. Right, next, I guess. Guess we're playing King of the Skeleton Hill. Right, moving up. Next one. Out.
One last circle. We can do this. We must do this. Help my master. I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
Stay back.
Uldor, get out of my body now!
Silence! None command Uldor!
Where'd what's-her-face go? Right, guess she's resting. Fair enough. Moving out. Level up. Our shock increased to rank 4. Sweet. Right, check these urns.
Uldor, I command you by the tears of the two moons, return to your prison.
Ah! That won't hold me for long.
You're Gathwin's ally, yes? Please disable these traps so she can make it to us safely. Oh, thank you, friend. I need a moment to recover. If you wouldn't mind disabling the traps, Gathwin can make it through without fear of perforation.
Perforation.
Despite all my knowledge, Uldor's influence over me was absolute. I'd be little more than a puppet without your timely intervention. Only my pride. But we have a more pressing matter. As Uldor sensed my thoughts, I could sense his. He plans to overwhelm and enslave Kenarthi's roost with an undead horde by the next dawn! Uldor was a powerful Malmer wizard who learned to separate his spirit from his body, even in death. He can wear hundreds of mindless forms at a time. Thankfully, I know his weakness. The Morning Stone's endless water supply tied Uldor's spirit to his body. When Eilsil removed the Morning Stone from the temple, he set Uldor free. Once again, Eilsil's sloppy methods nearly caused the death of me. These gems focus the Morning Stone's power. Uldor had me remove them from his tomb. I propose Gathwin recovers the Morning Stone from Eagle's Strand. Meanwhile, we restore Uldor's prison. Simple enough. The centerpiece of this old Khajiit temple. After Uldor's reign of terror, the Sea Elves gave it to the Khajiit so it would become the key to his prison. No, which is why we must be the ones to enter the tomb. After he saw you through my eyes, he seemed convinced that to wear you would destroy him. For some reason, he feared you. No, we must enter the tomb together. Though he can't wear you, he could quite easily obliterate you with his magic. Only by splitting his attention can we hope to defeat him.
Master, I know what you're planning. I won't let you throw your life away. Aurelian's plan is to let Uldor possess him. They'll both be sealed in the tomb forever. But it doesn't need to be this way. Seal me inside. Aurelian is too important for the Dominion to lose. Besides, we both saw how the summoning ritual weakened my master. Please, help me convince Aurelian. I will gladly seal myself in the tomb to spare my master. Uldor is a...
We should hurry. Uldor won't be trapped for long. That's madness. I've experienced so many summers. My greatest accomplishment was watching Gathwin blossom into someone who far surpassed my own deeds. No, she must recover the Morning Stone. You and I should confront Uldor. Then I'll respect her choice, no matter how much I disagree with it.
Usually I take Gathwin over Aurelian. I think in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't actually make a difference.
Nothing you say will convince me. I'm sealing myself in that tomb. Then, it's decided.
Gathwin, I beg you to reconsider.
You're too important, Aurelian. If the Dominion lost you, we would be lost.
Then I'll recover the Morning Stone. Farewell, my dearest friend.
Farewell, Aurelian.
Alright. Moving out. Nothing to see here.
You! I won't wear a poisoned outfit.
Uldor, my master was a fool to doubt your power. I'll help you wreak the vengeance you seek, if you allow me.
Such a spectacular willing garment. Very well.
I can't fight him for long. Quickly, place the tears of the two moons in the pedestals.
Wretched fool! I'll turn your friend to ash. Stay away from those pedestals. You'll not leave this tomb alive.
Picked up a lockpick.
By soiled attire. You worthless rag! This tomb can't hold me forever.
The water weakens, Uldor. But I can't hold him for long. Quickly, go to Aurelian. Tell him I did what must be done. I know Uldor will keep me alive. He far prefers a living form to the dead. Strange. How could I know this? I feel him stirring within me. Help Aurelian restore the Morning Stone. Go, while you still can.
Alright. Mission complete, essentially.
We've restored the Morning Stone. But if you're here, then Gathwin is lost to that monster. You speak truth, and yet the young should never die for the old. It is the singular travesty of war.
Right.
I need to record everything that happened here. Uldor's skill troubles me. Without further study, the Dominion will bear no defense against his strange capabilities. I've rarely encountered a creature of Uldor's power. There may be a way to separate him from Gathwin, but it will take much time and study. She's not just an apprentice, she's my friend. If there's a way to free her, I swear I'll find it. Please don't think me ungracious. Without your aid, I'd still be under Uldor's influence. I won't forget. I can open a portal to the temple courtyard if you wish. There you are. I'm afraid it won't remain open for long. Please don't think me ungracious. Without you...
Right. Now, again, a feature of this game is that when you complete quests, things change, right? The world changes. Whereas there's undead here before, now there's just ghosts that can no longer attack.
I'm not surprised Gathwin sealed herself in that tomb. Everyone knows how she felt about Rorelian. When a puppy follows you day and night, it wants the occasional scratch behind the ears. More fool him.
Moving out. Alright, let's see. Just about at the point where we can morph that. Let's see where we're at with... And we can morph that. Alright, so continuing on with Destro for now. We'll switch it up. We need to sell some stuff, eh? Alright, go with healing staff. Now we have 2 sets. Magnus set, Magnus gift set, and Seducer. This is level 1 set, so it's getting kind of old, but nonetheless, good to go. Let's get that teleport strike rolling. Right, so we've got a quest in Mistral knockout. Let's see. Probably a sky shard up here. Yeah, let's go take a look around real quick.
closer.
Why you? Those are good guys. We'll kill the good guys. I'm a murderer. Is asking for it. And make it hard to vendor things if I have a bounty. Yay! It's almost ready to morph. Right. See sky shards up here. Nothing over here. We've got mobs chasing us, so I'm not gonna stop. One thing I should check though. Wonder. Nope, there isn't. Alright. So what we're going to have to do in order to get rid of this bounty efficiently is to go pay it off, right? Wait a second. So that's entrance is there. What is this over here? Another entrance? Okay, same thing. Moving out. Treasure. So I don't have enough inventory space for that. swore there was a sky shard around here. I'm sure there is. Somewhere around here. And again, there is an add-on to help you find sky shards in this game, or for the PC version. Of course, I'm playing PC. But again, I'm not really concerned about it. I figured we'd have a look around.
Halt! Come no closer. Come no closer.
Kenarthi's roost and the Dominion. Together.
Pretty sure there is a sky shard up here, though.
Get into the camp.
Again, it has been a while since I played through this starting zone here. And of course, if you use the sky shard add-on, you're less likely to remember where stuff is. That one's pretty easy to remember, though. Right, so that one was what? The Southern Temple's hidden jewel. So what we have left is exposed to sky, surveying the strand, and surly root chewers burrow nearby. And neither of those mean very much to me, so. Real quick. Pick this guy up. Right, that's what we're looking for. It's our only way shrine to get there.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
You will go no far. I do not mean to bother you, but I am a duly appointed officer of the law, and you owe a bounty. You made me raise my voice, felon.
Ha 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 ha. Right, running away. Should have equipped my stealth ability there before going over. I didn't, so. Right, so when you have a bounty, go to the Outlaw's Refuge and get rid of your bounty. Pay it off without having to give up your stolen items.
No, I understand. If you change your mind, I'll be here. Been dipping our hands into strange cookie jars.
Yes, Indeed.
What delights have you...
Right, now we can use a merchant.
I don't understand why everyone...
Probably send this off for decon, but being low level stuff, it's probably not going to tick the levels very high, so we're just going to sell the stuff. This can go in the bunk. Repair.
I used to be the great...
Alright, there's likely a bank here.
Psst, you. Over here.
Nope. Nope. Look. Sorcery is not necromancy. Whatever. Alright, there's a skill book there. There's the banker. Guild trader. Banker.
A fool and his... A fool and...
Right, and we are good. Let's see what's in here. Stuff. Up. Alright. Yeah, I suppose we can get this for now. This might be a better one. Whatever, we're gonna need these. Alright, off to the Way Shrine and back.
You there. How would you like to do something worthwhile?
No. We're going back to Khenarthi's Roost. Finish up these quests. Alright, where are we? Well, I don't care about contacts, right? Only done 2 of these. Still haven't done Storm of the Horizon. Why is that? Okay, we did the Tears of 2 Moons.
This one has heard reports. You've kept busy. Good. You fit in now more than ever. How did things go? Clearly, you were meant to help us out. Joan and Jode have a sense of humor, yes? And of course, Raz thinks discretion deserves a reward. Keep your wits about you, my new friend. Mistral's houses cast deep shadows, and vipers lurk in the tall grass. Mistral is the jewel of the southern seas, a free port with trade ties to half of Tamriel. Ambassadors from the Dominion arrived weeks ago to negotiate its admission into the Alliance. Unfortunately, things have not gone smoothly. Khenarthi's Roost has an old treaty with the Maumar. They claim the Dominion fleet intended to invade their home waters. It's a sticking point in the negotiations. The Sylvanar could use some help. Find him, give him this token. He'll know you are a friend. Without Mistral's support, the Dominion will have precious little defense on its southern coasts. But we are not here to conquer anyone. The Sylvanar knows this. He is in the Chancery, seeking a peaceful resolution here.
Alright.
The High Elves, Wood Elves, and Khajiit stand united under the Eagle Banner. We secure our borders against invaders from the Covenant and Pact, but it is no easy task. And Queen Irene leads our dominion, of course. He is the voice and spirit of the Wood Elves. They say he was, and will be their greatest leader, whatever that means. This one knows him as an unrivaled diplomat. He is also the Dominion's best hope of resolving this matter peacefully. Razumdar is just a simple Khajiit.
Just a simple
He seeks
Khajiit.
the best for all the people of Tamriel. Also, a saddle that won't pinch the tail. One day.
Perhaps we should ask the local government. They will need help rebuilding after that gale, no?
I'm not too keen on that.
Alright,
A little
so
town
we've
like this won't be
completed
able to pay up front.
those 3,
We're leaving on
and
the next
now
boat
the
we can
perils
get,
of
right?
diplomacy.
You have a better idea? Spit it out!
Hey, ideas aren't my strong suit. I'm just saying. Look at this place. Do they look like they can afford it?
Is the Sylvanar blind? Every one of these sea elves is a venomous serpent waiting to strike. We should have cleansed this place of Mount. Lorcan, take them all. Why did the Sylvanar negotiate with these filthy Maumar? Those pirates are a stick in the High Elf eye. They capture our merchant ships and raid our settlements. If I had any say, we'd negotiate with a sword at their throats. Not as long as the Sylvanar confuses diplomacy with capitulation. He's inside with the rest of them, pretending this won't end in bloodshed. Go, see this farce for yourself.
Shores of Glanumbra, a real, live dog.
Your pardon, friend. The Dominion's arrival on Kanathe's roost has upset the locals. It falls on me to smooth the waters. Please, help yourself to food or drink. I'm happy to speak with you once this matter is settled. Most unexpected. It seems we have a mutual friend. May I ask, what brings you to Mistral? Then perhaps you can advise me on a small matter. The Maormer have a treaty with Kanathe's roost. This is nothing to fear. A treaty is something I can work with. Yet neither Ambassador Ulondil nor Headwoman Harani will produce a copy. Indeed, why not? It would be indecorous to suggest the treaty is anything but actual and sound, yet I fear it won't present itself without a more active line of inquiry. Would you be my voice in this with Ambassador Ulondil and Headwoman Harani? Exactly. A chorus of requests may succeed in carrying the tune. Harani in particular seems eager to see this resolved, though I fear the Dominion presence binds her hands. But I'll leave you to it.
Right.
It's hard to keep track of the new faces since the hurricane, but I don't believe we've met. Welcome to Mistral. May your stay here be full of warm winds and soft sand. And I told him the mere act of doing so would complicate matters with our longtime Maormer allies. They take great offense to the Dominion's claims upon our island. Look around you. What great armies do you see? Our survival depends on knowing when to fight and when to please. The treaty brought us prosperity for generations. I will not be the one to break it.
Right.
We upheld our treaty with the people of Kanathe's roost for generations, and this is how they repay our kindness? We will not allow High Elf thieves to gain a foothold in our territorial waters. By all rights, this is our island. Harani's people occupy it with our blessing. If she breaks the treaty, so breaks our truce. We'll take back our island, and the Khajiit will pay the price. We keep a copy on an island far from here. I see no reason to send for it. I won't allow High Elf wharf-rats another chance to take our rightful lands. Why don't you bother Harani for her copy?
Right.
Any luck securing a copy of the treaty? Then there's little chance for compromise. I'll call a break in formal talks until everyone calms their nerves. You understand the stakes, yes? It's why I ask you to take a more active role in locating the treaty. I don't do so lightly. I can't allow the Dominion's first act on Kanathe's roost to be one of conquest. I understand our mutual friend prefers the rum served at a nearby tavern. Perhaps he would have ideas on securing a copy of the treaty. It's a name, a title, and our holy city. Quite an honor to carry around such an important word, and the occasional burden in its confusion of outsiders. Not even the Green Lady calls me by my given name. Edelorn doesn't roll off the tongue, I suppose. As Sylvanar, seems like it's been such a short while, but the wrinkles on my face tell me differently. Or did you mean as Dominion Envoy? I've taken on diplomatic tasks for our fledgling alliance since its inception, so not very long at all. A freshly grown fruit, still without blemish. On behalf of the Bosmer people, it's my goal to keep it that way. If you speak with the Green Lady, don't mistake her manner as distaste for the Dominion. She simply misses our home of Valenwood. She sustains me, and I her. Together, we are the aspirations of the Bosmer people given form. Put simply, she is the love of my life. Also, she grows ill-humoured when I gush about her within earshot. Best say no more.
Alright, so the sum of all that dialogue is go talk to Razandar at the bar, drinking rum. use some rum myself.
You think this one drinks on the job? Good. Then so will everyone else. What is the word, my new friend? Ulandil certainly won't. His viper tongue is sharp. But Harani can't because her copy was stolen. It only takes 3 drinks to loosen the tongue of the Chancery clerk, if you were curious. A good question. Raz answers it with an interesting bit of trivia. Ulandil posted a guard at his quarters the day of the theft. His subtlety is rivaled only by his pleasant personality. Oh, and it's 5 drinks for embassy staff. 6 puts them out. Someone needs to slip into Marmor Embassy, find a way past the guard, and rifle through Ulandil's private quarters. Oh, and do it without bloodshed that could provoke war with the Marmor. In case he was not clear, Raz is talking about you. The pragmatist in this one says it's because you have no firm connection to the Dominion. The optimist says it's because you have proven yourself more than capable already. When you have the treaty, meet both of us at the bridge.
For 5 gold,
Alright, so moving out.
For prosperity, for security, for unity, for the Dominion. Prices have never been better.
Right.
Watch your step, Groundwalker. Your chance for untold prosperity comes with Dominion rule.
Don't cause trouble.
No trouble here, bruh.
Ambassador Ulandil isn't here. And if he was, he'd be far too busy to entertain the likes of you.
A jerk. Skill book.
Off limit. Are you lost? Ambassador Ulandil's quarters aren't open for visit. None of your business. Go bother the clerk. He doesn't know when to shut up either.
How much longer till we put out to sea?
Are you lost? Ambassador Ulandil's quarters aren't open for visitors. What? Give it here! She wants to meet me? Now? Out of my way!
Out of the way.
Longer till we
Heck.
put out to sea.
Right. Orgnum.
When the storm comes, they'll get theirs.
How many articles are there? Sugared cuttlefish?
How much longer till we put out to sea?
Alright. Don't normally take time to read books, but wanted to see if there's anything in there, any clues to how this was all going to go. There wasn't. So, moving out. Again, there's so much writing and dialogue in this game. I mean, you know, when you think of game design, a lot of people think of all this, right? Building the interiors of the homes or the buildings and that kind of thing, the placement of barrels. Well, that's your level design, but then you fill it out with things like these books and quest dialogues, and certainly there's a whole lot that goes into game design, right? It took a rather massive team to design this game, to design and implement this game, right? Remember a professor I had taking a game design course. He said, oh yeah, if I was going to make any game right now, okay, this was 2005, mind you. If I was going to make any game right now, it'd be an MMO. It's so easy to make. And not anymore.
The Sylvanar is certainly being watched by the Maumar. You should inform him the treaty is safe. He will... The Sylvanar and the Green Lady are being put up in the Armorer's home. This one recommends you knock before entering. Green Lady gets jumpy at silent approach. At a quick glance, there are holes in the treaty. When the Sylvanar worries at them, he'll tear a hole in the Malmer's side. The treaty, of course. Not Ambassador Ulandil, though that would be funny.
Right.
The Sylvanar's inside resting. You have 5 minutes.
All right. Uh-oh.
Time for you to leave. No! No! You found him like this? What did you see? Answer me! Then you know nothing. 1,000 curses on this wretched island. They've taken my beloved. None who'll survive the day. I am the unerring bolt. Once loosed, I cannot stop till I pierce my quarry's eye. Harani knows her own city. If she won't tell you who did this, I'll shorten her tail until she does. Now go! Go!
Alright. Tail shortening. Doesn't sound very good for a cat person. Damn cat people. Right.
New weapons and armor for you.
Not again. Please. I understand what the Sylvanar desires, but I already told you. We cannot provide him with our copy of the treaty. Did. But he was just here. What happened? How awful. Who would harm such a peaceful creature? My guards saw nothing. We doubled the watch to ensure safety. I cannot abide the Sylvanar's murder in my town. I'll shut down the port if I have to. None set sail until his killer is brought to justice. Of course, I hereby declare you a deputy of the Mistral Guard. No door shall be barred to you. On my desk, you will find the most recent reports from the Mistral Guard. You are welcome to review them for any inconsistencies that could lead to the killer's capture.
The Sylvanar murdered? These treacherous Khajiit have plotted with the Maormer to slay our noble envoy.
How dare you! The Sylvanar was our guest. You go too far, Vice-Reeve.
Outrageous. More Dominion treachery. I will conduct my own investigation.
No sea rat will show me up. I'll get to the bottom of this myself.
Right. The notes there indicated a couple different places. 3, to be precise. So we'll go check those out.
I'd rather be cracking heads.
Ooh, some spy stuff right here.
Perfect. As good a place as any. If that clerk has any sense, he'll find it.
Right, onward.
Keep your claws in. This work never ends.
Get off my ship before I throw you off! And I need a new rigging and a serving wench. Too bad for us both. Now get off my deck before I throw you off. Why didn't you say so? You're a deputy of the guard? The same guard whose authority ends where my ship begins? On the dock or in the water? Your choice. Oh, that's a serving wench. 3 minutes. If my sailors see your hands where they shouldn't be, I'll keelhaul you myself.
Alright. Not sure what the word keelhaul means, but I assume it means throwing me off the ship.
Another one?
Watch your step, ground walker.
Crown Walker? Alright, moving out. Let's go talk to Razumdar and present our evidence. Let him sort it out.
Killing the Sylvanar was foolish. The Green Lady and the Sylvanar shared a life bond. She has little time to avenge him before she too will die, and the Green Lady is a most dangerous creature. But then, you have that spring in your stride again. What have you learned? The Maumar planned something, but what? Wait. The apothecary sold Daedra blood in these specific amounts? That would explain the strange liquid upon the... Oh no. Bright moons, no. This is a sample of the vile cloud from around the Sylvanar's body. Bring it to the Green Lady. Tell her it killed her beloved. As for the rest, Harani will see what you found. We must move like Kenarthi herself is at our backs.
Right. Go back and talk to Green Lady. More dialogue.
The killer will share the pain my beloved's death has wrought. Hand down the throat, a kiss for my wrist. Hand on the lungs, a kiss for my arms. Grasp, tear, yank, and one last kiss for the killer's own heart.
Nice.
Now, what have you found? No poison in all of Tamriel could harm my beloved. But this scent was on his body. Why is it out here as well? I can see it, leading away into the heart of this wretched city. You're blind to it, easily remedied. Follow if you can.
This is taking forever.
Alright, and this leads us out to the little hut over here. The abandoned house.
Stop her, so I can kill her!
Fair enough.
Covered my tracks. Couldn't have found me. I followed his orders. Daedric poison for the wood elf and his mate. I followed his orders. Ulandil. He said they could stop the Tempest. Had to be removed. I've heard enough. His orders. Had to follow his orders. There. You did what you had to. As did I.
She's a little soul stealer herself. Must be Ginger. Right. So, next spot. Trut Ulandil.
Ah, the errant deputy. I was just informing Headwoman Harani of her apothecary's connections to the High Elves of Somerset Isle.
Oh, okay.
Once the torture begins, we'll learn why the Dominion killed their own diplomat. My what? You mean the apothecary? I assure you, he was never in my employ. Oh, well done. It doesn't matter now. The Green Lummox and her idiot husband lie dead. There's nothing you can do to stop us. You're lying. She must be dead, or else she'd have come for me. She's coming for me, isn't she?
Yeah.
I'm a duly appointed ambassador of the Maumar people. The grounds of the embassy are sacrosanct, according to our treaty. The Tempest is coming. You cannot stop it.
sea rat coward!
This is madness. There has been enough death in this city. This does not excuse mindless slaughter. We are better than our enemies. You must apprehend him. Don't let the Green Lady cut him down like an animal.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
We must learn what the Maormer plan for Khenarthi's roost. I trust you'll do what's best for my people. Now I must apologize to Vicereeve Peladil. Whatever the Dominion needs, we will provide.
I warned them. Warned them! But why would I know anything about Maormer treachery? Maybe now they'll listen to reason. It only takes a murder, right?
Speaking of murder, another feature of this game are split decisions. So you can decide the fate of what's going to happen. We've already seen this in other quests, and we're about to see it again in this quest.
Move, unless you don't mind the spatter. I'll keep him alive for a time. He won't starve. His limbs have so much flesh to sustain him. Go tell Harani the Maormer is dead. Leave me to my work.
Mercy. Please. Mercy. Save me from this madwoman. I do. By all the gods, I do.
Move, unless you don't mind. I'll keep him alive for a time. Go. This is a private matter.
No.
Indeed.
God's mercy. Stay back.
The gods can't hear you. Scream louder. That's it. Again.
Got him.
Where is former Ambassador Ulandil? Another honored enemy we must send to the Temple of the Morning Springs. Too many today. No matter. Before he fled to the embassy, Ulandil mentioned something about a tempest. Did he say anything about this before he died? I fear we'll learn soon enough. What a nightmare. I hope all dealings with our Dominion allies won't end this way. I signed a new treaty with Vicereeve Peladil moments ago. He assured me the Dominion will defend our little island from any reprisals, Maormer or otherwise. Khenarthi's roost will see much change to come. We must grow together, or we shall die apart.
Hey, slow pause. You, yes, you. Commander Karaneth needs you immediately. The Maormer attacked Cat's Eye Key from the sea. Commander Karaneth holds the line at the docks. She needs help stopping the Maormer before they push into Mistral. Zairi will find more to help. Be swift, slow pause.
Too easy. Alright, now we get to go kill stuff. Right after we get a little more dialogue.
You there. The Maormer attacked Cat's Eye Key with their Sea Viper forces. We need every able body for the rescue effort. Huh! A counterattack? I'd settle for an organized defense. Our forces are scattered too thin. If we can't hold the gates, Mistral will fall to the Maormer. I'll coordinate Dominion forces from here, but I can't lock down this gate until the survivors clear out of the market. Send them my way. We need everyone able to defend Mistral on this side of the wall.
Right, my dear. It's a good thing Viceroy Paladil was here to put them in their place.
Snakes. Giant snakes.
Those Malma pirates came from the water. They're all over Cat's Eye Key.
Sea vipers happened. One must have struck me on the head. When I woke, a sea viper was carving strange runes on my bodyguard's skin. I hit that awful pirate with a broken spar and we ran. No, we can still move. We'll head to Mistral if it's safe there. By the 8, it's inspiring to see Dominion soldiers. Maybe Sergeant Firion can pull off our counterattack. The Marine by the gate to Cat's Eye Key plans to strike back at the Sea Vipers. I'm sure she can tell you the details. We'll get moving. Gods grant you strength.
Moving out. Ooh. Shiny. Or would be. If I had the passives for that. I don't. Doesn't matter. If I see it, I can collect it, right?
We can't let those Marama pirates reach Mistral. They'll butcher our families. I saw great serpents emerge from the waters. Those sea viper cowards made them... No. When I saw my neighbors fall, I ran. What kind of Khajiit am I?
That's right.
You were with Dominion, yes? Your Sergeant Firion plans to strike back. Give those pirate cowards a trouncing. I'll do no such thing. If any of those sea vipers shows a face on this side of the gate...
Blah, blah, blah.
What are you doing here? It doesn't matter. If you're in the mood to cave in some sea viper skulls, I don't really care.
Of course.
You feel that cold air rushing off the sea? Just like it was before the hurricane. We can't wait to cut off the snake's head. We are the Dominion counterattack. I sent my squad to scout Cat's Eye Key. If they haven't learned what the Sea Viper's plan, we can poke around until we figure out what needs chopping. Don't worry, your wizard friend can seal the gate behind us. I'll hold the gate if you think you'll have need for a wizard. Or you could bring a Dominion Marine. Up to you. Then let's fillet these fish elf bastards.
Give those Malma a few kicks to the shin, would you?
Right. Got another level. Just about up to the goal, which is level 10. Guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, good. Now, morph this ability. We're not going to right now, but alright, this one reduces the cost. And this one increases healing done for the duration. Probably go with this, but for now, we already have this. I'm going to replace that so it's ready to morph. And we'll go ahead and get one of these. Pretty cool. Soul Shred. This seems so interesting. don't think I've ever used this one. But it seems like a really good PvP one, right? Like, knock it out real quick, group moves away for 4 seconds, and then does a counterattack. That'd be really cool, right? Assuming everyone use the synergy at the same time. I don't know. So both of these, in order to get some healing, it requires to synergize. I think we'll go with Consuming Darkness. See how that works. Okay. Moving out.
I thought I'd never escape.
Alright, let's move up here and grab this.
Hey, squad got separated. Nistel and I found Onglord. They hurt him bad. Sea vipers carved runes in his chest. I grabbed him. Nistel held them off. Hunting sea vipers. If you see her, tell her Onglorn will be alright.
You've done your part. Get back to Mistral when you can.
Hey. Hunting sea vipers. Saw a lot of them near the docks. Try there.
Okay. Moving out. Cha. Right.
Oh. Nistel.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Search the mine.
A ringing head is bad, but when it remains somewhat head-shaped, that is good, yes? I was in the caves, working, when I heard a strange howling. Then warriors came out of nowhere and struck without mercy. Sea vipers, our pirates. We paid protection through the month and let them put those strange totems in our cave. They've never been in the skooma trade. I meant moon sugar. Hit my head, you see. Our deaths, I suppose? After they killed enough of us, they left the rest of us alone. They knew we wouldn't fight back. They only paid attention to those totems. Well, until they collapsed the cave entrance. Some high elf wizard tried to get in, so they collapsed it. I dove outside. Lucky me. The wizard tried to tell me something, but I couldn't hear him at all. He stuffed this paper in my hands and walked off. Here, maybe you can make sense of it. What's that? My ears were ringing. Would you mind repeating the obvious? Wait, don't think me ungrateful. The wizard was looking for another way into the caves. I heard rumors of a secret door by the cliffs, but I never saw it myself.
Moving out.
These totems seem to harness a combination of wind and spirit. I wonder if I can... Excuse me, do you mind? Indeed. I suppose that's optimal. These sea viper rituals are barbaric, but quite effective. The hurricane they summoned to dash our fleet against Kanafi's roost? That's nothing compared to their current efforts. You clearly haven't studied the fundamentals of blood sacrifice. You see, these serpent-shaped statues, they're storm totems. They collect spirit energies from rune-marked subjects and channel it, like water through a funnel. Exactly the right question. It seems the sea vipers use a specialized lodestone to block the channel. Approach an active storm totem, hold forth the lodestone, and harmlessly siphon the energy away. You should see for yourself. Completely. Go ahead, don't be shy. It's not as though the storm totem's energies will cascade throughout your body until you're nothing but a lifeless smoking husk. But do avoid standing in the puddles, would you?
As much as I hate to say it, the wizard knows what he's talking about. Maybe he knows how to stop the sea vipers.
Perhaps.
Phenomenal. I knew proximity was the key. And look at you, not even a hint of electrocution.
That's right.
You have the principle. Now to apply it to the other storm totems before... Well, best not to worry about that. No, I really shouldn't worry you. I can't say for certain. It's one of two things, neither of which is good for anyone on this island. You don't stoop to blood sacrifice unless you need a lot of energy very quickly. And, well, to release it, just as quickly. Listen, you handle the storm totems. I'll determine how to best counteract the sea viper blood ritual without destroying Mistral. Does that seem equitable? The only certainty is the lack of time. You should hurry.
Roger that. Oops. Clearly went the wrong way. Aha. Is there a bookshelf over here? No, that's not a bookshelf. There's a backpack. A sack. Right, moving out. Well, let's see what's back here real quick. Bad guys? Got executed for almost 30k damage. I don't feel bad. moving forward.
The wizard seems agitated.
I do love barrels. Yeah, whatever. It's mainly empty. And about quarter way, 30% away through the level. Got him. About some moon sugar. Alright, so the other people that are here probably already did this. But it's still here for me because phasing, right? I don't have to wait for it to respawn. I can just go ahead and do it because that's how this game's designed. It's an outstanding design. Got him.
I thought I was done for.
No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to check these crates. Got him.
I thought I'd never escape.
No.
This is Ilsil, speaking directly to your mind.
Sweet.
Find my Psijic projection near the tunnel exit. I know how to stop the Mauma.
Good.
I know what they're planning. Through my Psijic projection, I observed an old ritual site north of Mistral. The Sea Vipers summoned a powerful creature known as a Storm Atronach. They're funneling all that energy into their bound Storm Slave. The creature can only hold so much energy before it discorporates. All the energy will wash over Kanafi's roost, killing anything it touches. Except for the Thunderbugs, of course. Oh,
yeah.
And the mountain north of Mistral will shatter, leaving no trace of the town. There's the genius of their plan. How do you bind a creature made of storm energies? With the wind itself. 3 ritual horns trap Storm Slave, but the lodestone now has enough storm energy to counteract the false winds. Elegant, yes?
Yes, yes.
It will shed its corporeal form and safely release its stored energy. By safely, I mean in relation to Kanafi's roost. I recommend moving a fair distance away from Storm Slave when this happens. Perhaps keeping solid rock between it and yourself? You'll have no trouble. But in the event you do, I've opened a portal at a distance of 1 league from Kanafi's roost. There I'll tread water in the open sea until I've observed your success. Really a precaution. I have
right. God, that guy sucks.
Whoa. I wish Nistel could have seen that thing.
Remember this vaguely? Wrong ability there. Got him. Yep. You guys cannot fade me. Got him.
Children of the sea, your bonds cannot hold the Tempest.
Come! You must leave this place. Follow me.
I want to kill it. I want to kill it. Darn. Right. So anyways, moving out. I could have taken it.
My friend, to escape death so triumphantly is constant thrill, yes? Not so thrilling for the Maumar, of course. The Maumar are fled or dead thanks to your efforts. Khenarthi's roost is safe and voluntarily a part of the Aldmeri Dominion. So if you must know, Razumdar keeps an eye on promising people. If Raz had known you would do so well, he would have scrounged you a nicer reward. Apologies. The Mistral Armory is not what it once was. The Maumar are like drunken uncle. Chase them off, and they always come back. Next time, Khenarthi will be waiting for them. Problem is, there are places that will not be so prepared. If the Vipers are here in numbers strong enough to assault Khenarthi, all of the southern seas are in danger. The Queen is in Oridon right now, beginning a royal visit. Raz would ask you to head to Volkel Guard and report to Watch Captain Astanya. Astanya can pass word to Her Majesty. Perhaps you can catch a ride on the Prowler. Raz Her Jimila plans to set sail. He suspects she may owe you a favor. Of course. After all you have done for us here, it would be rude of Raz to say no. Astanya is the lovely watch captain of the Volkalgard Watch. Raz has shared more than one drink with the captain, and more than one fight. She's getting a bit grouchy now that she's tied to one port, but she should set you aright. This one is a simple Khajiit, like he said when we first met. He resolves issues as they come up. He acts in the best interest of the Dominion and the Queen. Oh, Raz would not be surprised. You have already proven yourself a competent sword. Simple Khajiit like this one have a tendency to need competent people like you. Very tall elves and very pretty shores. Oridon is the most worldly part of the Somerset Isles, and still many of the High Elves consider it a sanctuary away from the rest of the world. This one thinks they are kidding themselves.
Alright, leveled up, got the 10.
Maybe we should invest in some lightning rods.
Dungeon Finder, and of course Cyrodiil awaits. Probably grab that, so can increase the healing done and duration, or we could go with Healing Springs and restore magicka for each friendly target healed. Right. It does increase the healing, which is actually pretty good. The Illustrious Healing. I usually go with Healing Springs, but seems to me it used to be increase it now. Maybe that's always been that way. It only increases duration for 1 freaking second. I don't know. Let's try Illustrious Healing for now. So we're trying new things here. Again, normally I would go with the other one, but again, we can always change it back if we need to. Right.
What do you think happened?
Kind of like that. Healthy offerings.
Maybe we should invest in some lightning rods.
And we should probably grab another heal. In fact, we'll put this on here for now, because we've already morphed that. Right, that should be good. Cyrodiil awaits. Right. Should talk to Captain Jamila.
The Prowler is headed to Oridon, and we're happy to ferry you there. When you're ready, hop in the launch. We'll set you up with your chests full of gold. Owning a sound ship after a hurricane can be quite lucrative, even when the only cargo is Dominion luminaries seeking passage. Don't worry. I won't charge you. Without your help, the Prowler would be a mass of broken timber. Aye, the Prowler is fully restored and ready for heavy seas. Quartermaster Oblan even managed a few improvements using some Maurmer donations. Have no fear. She'll get you safely to Oridon.
Right. Let's just review. So, zone guide. We have completed all the quests in the zone. Still have a couple sky shards to get, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Some POIs to get. Alright. We can do that at another time. To Daggerfall. No. Right. 12. And actually, we already know where the first one is, right? No, not you, Sturga.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
Dragons in your own homeland.
Oh, wait.
Welcome to Volkogard. All newcomers must...
Alright. Where is she?
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
Fair day. I'm Astanya, watch captain. With the Queen in town, we have extra security precautions to see to. Where are you traveling from? Old Raz sent you, eh? That could complicate things. Thank you for telling me. The Queen's enemies are all around her. Her protectors must be vigilant at all times, and this information will be critical in their calculation. I'll make sure news of the Marmor is passed on to the appropriate parties. Don't you worry about that. Now, what's your name? I'll need it for the official register.
My name is Hymars.
I'll just write that down. By
Good.
order of the 1st Oridon Marines, your presence in Volkelgard has been registered. Do your best to stay out of trouble and out of the way. Fare you well. I'll make sure news of them... I'll just write... Help? No, I don't think so. Actually, my guardsmen are all tied up right now. If you're up to it, perhaps you could look into some things for me. Good. I want you to speak with 2 members of the Queen's Court, Advisor Norian and Steward Aminway. They await assistance from the guard, hands I can't spare just now. Who do you want to speak to first? I see you prioritize well. You'll find him at a warehouse west of here. Be sure to tell him that I sent you. Once you've finished with both of them, report back to me on the town's upper level. Well, what are you waiting for? You hit your head recently? The Queen leads the Old Mary Dominion. She had some kind of wild time away from court a few years back, but now she's returned to reclaim her birthright, lead the Alliance. Off gallivanting across Tamriel? Who knows? Who cares? I wish I could just quit my job and come back to it when I get bored. Probably talking up the unity of the Dominion. Not all the Altmer are fans of the Alliance yet. No offense. Queen Irenne's personal guard. They're led by Battlereeve Urselmo, one of the most decorated warriors in the Dominion. No, I'm captain of the city guards here. The Marines are the right arm of the Queen. My duty is to the city. Huh, he's got an active imagination, that one. We know each other, sure. Drew blades together a few times. But I'm not sure I'd call him a friend. Not since he signed up with the Queen. He didn't tell you? Of course he didn't. He's the biggest liar I know. Razumdar works directly for the Queen herself. Some kind of hush-hush cloak and dagger outfit. Thieves and liars, the lot of them.
That's right. I do like the cloak and dagger. Alright, so go ahead and park this guy. No, wait. Do need to sell a few things. Do some inventory management here. Actually, inventory doesn't look too bad. But you can come over here, it's the other side of town.
Hear now the lesson of the divine body.
Blah, 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 blah. You got your Mages Guild and Fighters Guild. And you have some... Or you got a blacksmithing station, of course. Various crafting stations. What I'm looking for is the merchant. Right. Sweet. Yay. Storm Slaves Razor. It's a trainee set. The trainee set's not actually that bad. Yeah, we don't need it. And again, I could send some of this stuff off for deconstruction for my crafters, but just want to do a whole lot as far as taking their levels because they're low level gear. So I'll just sell it. And I'm currently wearing better gear than that anyways. Right, that's better. And of course in here is the... Nope, that's not where we want to go. That's the Mages Guild. What we want is a building that looks sort of like that. Look, a Sky Shard. Go grab that after we get done with banking.
Fivefold
And into the
venerations,
right.
my friend.
Just remember that. Right.
You should buy me a drink, I think.
Right, so we're 6 of 60. I'm talking about it's a clean inventory right there. Right, so the Sky Shard was above the middle door here. Just go ahead and grab that. Got another skill point. Boom. That's interesting. Roll dodge.
Oh, so now I'm the drunken fool.
We're just going to save that for now. So we morph our next ability. Now passives are pretty important as well, but kind of want to get my morphs out of the way.
Can you believe it? Dragons. in your own homeland.
This one does not know, but he hopes his family will stay.
Welcome, friend.
Right, and again, we've already gotten the writing skill for today. 22% on this character. Brand new character, more or less. Right, so. That is going to wrap things up. Right, what we accomplished today. Right, well, we took this level 4 character and leveled him to level 10. Again, this is a Wood Elf Nightblade. For some unknown reason, I'm going Magicka Nightblade with this character. Well, clearly, his racial passives dictate Stamina Nightblade. But again, that's fine. We are free to experiment and can change our builds relatively easy, right? So at level 10, we do get access to Cyrodiil, and that is what I'm prepping my Lobies for. Cyrodiil action. And in fact, I'm prepping this guy to be a healer. The Nightblade healer. At least for a little while. Probably switch him over to a hybrid bomb blade at some point. But Nightblade healing is actually a lot of fun. So, see some of that in action at some point. And let's see what else we accomplished. Went through the first quest of the main quest, and then that dropped us off at Khenarthi Roost, and completed all these zone story quests there, and that got us to level 10. So again, that'll wrap it up. Thank you, Twitch viewers. Appreciate y'all. Should be back to a normal schedule next week, although I may be making some changes to that schedule, so watch for that. And again, thank you. Appreciate it. Dragon Slayer out.